So good evening, everybody. Welcome to Bank Street. I'm Alexis Wright, Dean of Children's Programs, and it's fantastic to see all of you here tonight for this annual event. I always enjoy hearing what our alums say, and I especially enjoy having such a range of alumni on the panel.
I frequently find myself talking about how Bank Street was the singular kind of richest and best educational experience I had K through law school. And I think a lot of that has to do with the kind of love of learning that was instilled here. I remember being so eager to go to school every day as a kid, and that's something that I just yearn for when I'm looking for a place to put my children. I really valued the confidence I got as a learner, both kind of knowing how to think, knowing how to attack a problem, knowing how to, having the confidence that I knew how to learn, but also knew myself as a learner, and so could fit myself into very different situations and find strategies to be successful in a really wide range of educational experiences after Bank Street.
What I really loved about Bank Street is the fact that they give children, these young kids, this autonomy to sort of make decisions, and there's a lot of coming together as a group of students and figuring a problem out. And I was able to sort of take that and use that to help when he got to high school and sort of the junior and senior year, when you are a little bit more on your own and you have to coordinate and figure out how are you going to do this science experiment, and you have to sort of figure it out on your own. So I had those skills that I sort of picked up here in Bank Street, and then been able to take that to college and then beyond.
One of the things I loved most about Bank Street was the sense of community and the emphasis on community service. And I think that when I was looking for high schools, that was kind of a really big thing for me, was to find a school where, it didn't matter who you were, it didn't matter what you did, you would still fit in, you'd still have a group. And at Bank Street, it really taught me that you don't have to just be one kind of person. You can be so many different kinds of people, and you can do so many things.
In terms of having a very rich experience where you can follow your interests and really keep going, because you always have a team and resources behind that, nothing was like Bank Street. And I think professionally it's helped me, because my job is to take a project that involves all these different highly skilled people and sort of putting them together to get something done. And that's kind of how I approached learning for my first decade.
For me, community means safety, especially when it comes to culture. I remember during my Bank Street years, we always had a celebration for Chinese New Year, and they always made this dragon, and it would dance through the halls, or people would play music as well. And I noticed that anyone could be anything. They could dress how they want, they can speak how they want, and they were accepted. So in a community, I would like to feel safe, and that's how I felt here at Bank Street.
So I guess I would talk about community on two different scales. I think one is that morning meeting and the many other kind of opportunities throughout the day in large and small groups to make sure everybody's voice was heard. But I think the other scale of community that really Bank Street is attuned to in a way that I was not, but I think when I was a child here, but impacted me, I think, in important ways, is the way that Bank Street kind of values racial and economic diversity, both in the composition of its student body, in the composition of its faculty, in its curriculum, and throughout. And it's one of the problematic aspects of many independent schools in New York, is the kind of bubble feeling that they have, and that they're living in this one of the most diverse places in the world. But students are sheltered in I think, really harmful ways from that diversity. And Bank Street is the opposite. It kind of shines that diversity on their students. And while that may have been lost on me, because it just felt like that's the way it was, when I was here, I think it's something that really impacted me and Bank Street students in general going forward in really positive ways.
So many teachers come to mind who had such a profound influence on me in my life as a learner. I would have to say Michael Cook actually was my all-time favorite. Michael was also superb at just engaging every student. I remember one kid convincing a bunch of us, I'll admit I did it, that it was a good idea to go out and, to steal some stuff. And I won't say any more than that right now, but it was not a good thing. And he got in big trouble, and then the whole class sort of ganged up on him. So it was a complex set of issues, and kid dynamics, and it was really quite trying, and especially for him. And Michael handled it so well. There were so many teachable moments in the whole ordeal for all of us. It was such a growing experience, while at the same time we're studying social studies and math and history in the best possible ways. There was this integrated social and sort of justice curriculum woven into everything.
My first teacher, Barbara McAllister, was amazing, and really my introduction to the Bank Street community. And Tony Saul, who was taught me in the 8-9s, was amazing. But I think I'll probably pick Rosemary Buzzio, who ran the math program here for many years. The way she taught us, we felt like we were mathematicians. Not like we were learning how to do math, but actually we were mathematicians figuring it out. I remember deriving the quadratic equation with her and feeling like this triumph over it, like we figured it out. I went to Stuyvesant High School, which is a pretty rigorous place for math education. It really wasn't until junior year that I learned anything I hadn't learned at Bank Street. And that's a testament to the rigor of the Bank Street education.